Hey, welcome to your Time In podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Shepard. I'm also the founder of Your Coaching Company. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your day to join us. Your Time In is about checking in back into life. Okay, so whether you taking a break from something that you always wanted to do, or there's a dream that you want to start and you're struggling to start it, this is the podcast for you. Break time is over. Let's jump in.
Hey, welcome to Your Time In podcast. I'm your host, Adrian Shepard. How's everybody doing today? How's everything going? Thank you for showing up. Now it's time to turn up. Hey, boss lady. Thank you for always coming through. Appreciate you. So, I hope everybody's having a good day. Okay, good. Let me see. For some reason, my dashboard is delayed. I'm gonna fix that up real quick. How was work? Today's not Tuesday, so hopefully your job wasn't as chokeholdy as it is on Tuesday. I actually had a decent day at work, minus the fact that I got there at 6, and then they told me I had a 1 o'clock meeting that ran over. But outside of that, I had a great day. It wasn't as bad today. All right, good. Well, today, on today's episode, we're going to be talking about coaching and executive coaching with somebody who actually went through coach training with me. I'm excited that we was able to put this together and make it happen. Glenda has been doing great things, one, at our job, but two, outside of a job, she runs a business that helps marginalized women achieve their goals. She actually wrote a document. I can't remember the name of it, but I have her tell us. But I actually supported her business and bought a document, and it actually helped my mom with her tutoring business. So she's really out here. She's in the community. She's about the community, especially single mothers, marginalized mothers, marginalized women. My bad. and other people in the community, just bringing joy and light to them. Her smile lights up the room. She wasn't expecting me to say all this. I could see her in the waiting room, so I get to have all the fun with the guests and everything like that. But thank you everybody for tuning in. If y'all want to say, let me say this first. We are networking stream, okay? What that means is we pull up and we support. So if you were a streamer or you got something going on, you want other people to tune in and see you and pull you up and everything like that, please go ahead and talk in the chat. Let's get you shouted out. Let's get you, if you're going for affiliate or whatever your goal is, please tell us in the chat. We'll do our best to pull up and support you, okay? And you can ask anybody that knows me. I will pull up and I will do my best to support you however I can. I'm all about people being able to obtain and achieve their goals, okay? I embody that. So without further ado, let's bring in Glenda to save me and help me out here.
Hey, Adrian. Thank you for that awesome introduction. Hey, everybody.
What's going on?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
No, thank you for coming on. I listen. Hey, D-Ron, what's going on, brother? I thoroughly enjoy when I can have somebody on here that I have interacted with before and that who knows me like on a personal level outside of what we do here. I think it's awesome that they would spend time to come in and share some joy with me on this journey that I'm on. So thank you for coming on.
Nah, thank you. I'm truly honored to be here, that you would even ask me. And I mean, it's amazing. And even the way you put this together, man, you're out here. You're out here.
I try. A lot of people, like a lot of people when they see a podcast stream or something, if you don't have a production team, there's so many different things that happen in the background just to make it happen. And thank you for being patient with the program and doing the sound check and everything. But we live now. We got some people in here, and I'm looking forward to today's conversation. It hasn't been that long since I talked to you because we talked about that potential venture you might be doing, with that journey on the airplane.
Yeah, we just talked about Germany. That's changed, but yep.
Oh, it did. It changed.
It changed because I had to do something else. So, but all good stuff, all for good reasons.
Okay, good. That's good. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk offline about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll catch up because we definitely got to connect further.
So if you could go ahead and take some time and tell everybody about a little bit about yourself and your business and what you got going on.
I sure will. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Love Andre. We had a blast doing our coaching cohort together. He's definitely sensitive, an awesome coach, like had so much fun in the breakout rooms and stuff and the work that we did together when we were a part of the cohort. But my name is Glenda Houston, and I run a business called Purpose Professional Services. If you want to find me, I'm on IG under Glenda_exec coach. Andre introduced the first business and the first podcast that I was involved in since 2017. I stood up a business, had Purpose Professional Services, and under that I had a podcast called Single Moms in Christ and Business. And that at that time, my main focus was working with other single mothers like myself who were out here working full time, starting and working in their own businesses, keeping their families together, and just navigating that whole space. So I did that from 2017 up until this year. It was an exciting time. I learned a lot. I've met a lot of amazing entrepreneurs and other moms and other individuals that are out here working in their business and making things happen. And then behind the scenes, and always I was a career-driven person in my career, as well as working with other professionals in careers who are wanting to advance or wanting to go to the next level. And so most recently, I've shifted my focus there, largely because I couldn't seem to get away from it even when I was working in the single mom business. So currently, I am a leadership and performance executive coach, and in simple terms, I just help individuals' careers at the entry, mid, and senior level perform their best, show up their best in their work, and it trickles over into their personal life. And then I also do career mentoring. So I work with individuals who are trying to maximize their career path, and they do not want to necessarily go to work just to retire. They want to do what they love. They want to be really good at it. And it may be that their career is their business. So I work with individuals that really want to grow and maximize their career. So I have two children. I'm a mother. I have a young adult and I have a toddler. So I'm very busy. I love my life though. I love my children. They are my priority. And I'm working on just teaching my children, especially my oldest, how to navigate this space now and do what you love without sacrificing everything just to make a dollar. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, let's talk about that though, because a lot of people don't do what they don't love just so they can make a little bit more money, right? And sometimes the disparity in the price may not be what the worth is. Like, if you look at the worth bucket, right? For them to do something that they don't like to make more money is actually costing them more in the long run versus to do something that brings them joy that maybe is a little bit less. So I think that there's the balance in there, and I think everybody goes through it, but nobody talks about it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people who just show up to work just because they got bills to pay, and ain't nothing wrong with it.
That's huge.
I think my advice to that is you should have something on the side that brings you the joy that your job isn't. So like, you should have a hobby, you should have a friendship, like something else that's going to supplement that to make work tolerable, so that it's not just working to live, or was it living to work, but working to live. You know what I mean? Like, there's a means to an end with everything you do.
Right. I always will say we want to build our businesses, and now I say we want to build our careers around our life. We don't want to build our life around that business or around that career. And to your point, some of the ways that an individual can start addressing that really is to start from that totally unrealistic place that you say, I'll never have this. And that's your dream life. What is it? What is the life that you truly dream of? You can start there and then work your way back into that narrower focus, which might be what you're doing in your immediate future. If you have that vision, if you have that 5, 10, 20-year vantage point, then as you narrow it down into that immediate target of where you are right now, you have something to work towards. But if you don't know where you're going or what it is that you want to do, or have some type of an idea, you don't have to necessarily know or be perfect at it, but have an idea, you have nothing to work towards. And so when you fall down, a lot of times you get back up, but you get back up and get on the same treadmill, or you get back up and go back to that same position, right?
Yeah.
Or go back to that thing that you hate because, I fell down, but I still need, that $50 to pay my cell phone bill, or, things along that line. So.
Yeah, that's I think that's like one of the things you have to realize is it's okay to get, change is okay, right? It's like the relationship that you have with it may feel uncomfortable, but it's the only thing that's going to push you to the next level. So if you feel like you step away from one position or one thing, it might be time for you to step into that new thing that's destined for you anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do you feel?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I can use my own personal experience, my own personal life as an example of that. When I first started the first business that I was involved in, when I first started out there, my goals and my visions, and first of all, it morphed. I started out in resume writing, I morphed into that, more from that into business, the business building. I was doing helping people with some social media stuff just very lightly, but it was constantly morphing until I took hold of something that I wanted. I said, okay, this is it. And even that has since morphed. But in that process, I was like, oh gosh, I'm getting out of this job and I'm going to move on. And I put a lot of money, I invested a lot of money into something that didn't go the way that I hoped, but I took that risk and put myself out there, right? And so even though I had to recalibrate, and yes, I'm still working, yes, I'm still running a business, that these risks and stepping out there is still constantly propelling me closer to where it is that I do want to be in the business space. So
Yeah, it's I think it's the part like that I'm taking away from it is, it's kind of like respecting the process. It's one thing to go through the motions. It's another thing to let the motions carry you over the waterfall.
yeah, yeah.
So what do you specialize in?
I specialize in career development now, as well as in the coaching. So you won't find me in doing the business building primarily, although I do exclusive packages for those individuals that are just stepping into their business. But I specialize in coaching career professionals, like I said, at the entry, the mid, or the senior level, who are they need to make some changes in their performance, how they're showing up in the workplace. They might be a new leader. And as a new leader, there's a lot of things, a lot of changes, evolutions, a lot of things that you go through emotionally, mentally, on the professional and business side. So I help you work through those things. And then under the career mentorship, I literally help you build your career. I work with you to like with one of the clients that I'm working with her to understand what her need was, which was fair pay, working with her through that. And then also, if you just need the career plan, LinkedIn profile reviews, resume reviews, just the whole gamut, personal branding, you're writing your bio, just the full spectrum. So I specialize literally in career mentorship. I help you be that person in your career.
That's dope. You know what? You know what's crazy? Since when we first started, like when we met each other and we were in the coaching cohort, and
Yes.
you getting comfortable with coaching, to you just saying your niche, that got me so hyped. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because it's like you can see like the growth. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, y'all, like when Glenda first started coaching, it's like how do you tell somebody like y'all have family and stuff, like how do you tell your family like, I see the potential in you, but you are standing in your own way of greatness. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way to say that. It's like you tripping over your own big feet. But if you would just walk slower and appreciate what's going on around you, the sky is the limit on where you can go. You know what I mean? You're not gonna trip over your feet no more. You might even start running. And it's good. It's good to see the confidence boost in you. It's good to see the clarity.
Yeah, you saw.
What's up?
You saw that. I was wow.
and the shift in like the business priority too, right? Like, because if she didn't mention, she kind of mentioned it, y'all, but she didn't really touch it. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there. She used to do like beast resumes, okay, like CVs and everything that you could do, typed and sealed. We started the same way. Like my first business, I did the same thing. I did resumes and I did interview prep and everything like that. And so like we kind of locked in on that. But then she was doing a focus on women's development and helping first-time women business owner. Y'all could go read the testimonies. They crazy. I pulled them up just so I could remember them for tonight. But y'all could go ahead and read it. And the support was there and the impact was there. But now I'm seeing the growth. So what's that journey been like? Like that clarity's got to feel Ridiculous,
Wow.
crazy.
That's that, yeah, this is deep. So I'm gonna take my time saying this part. So the growth now is coming from slowing down, stop trying to make things happen faster than they were meant to, and really, really like settle into the flow of what's happening. So once I had realized that the business planning for the single moms is always going to be a thing for me. It's such a hard thing that it's always going to show up. It's always going to be involved in whatever I do, whether I'm working with those women in the career arena, or I'm working with them under special projects. It's always going to be there. But when I was in that phase of building that part of the business, where I was doing the podcast and helping the single moms get started, I was trying so hard to rush the process. So currently right now with the growth is, once I settled into, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing career mentorship. I'm going to be serving people in their careers. I slowed down and I allowed myself to sit, take advantage of all the benefits that are within my position at work, within my job, do all the coaching and stuff that I can possibly do there, and serve. Also serving within my business, slowing down, and then serving the customer, the one or two customers that might come through. Serve them and serve them with excellence, and don't worry about rushing to that next customer or rushing to that next thing.
So wait,
And
let me jump in.
down.
What does servitude mean to you?
Servitude means meeting people where they are and helping them to get to where they need to be. Okay. It's about the other person, right?
Yeah.
It's not about some of what I was moving into, which was, I want to get out of work and I want to have this much money and I want to be able to go and do X, Y, and Z. That's fine. That's part of that process. That's why we're doing what we do. But that was becoming my priority and not the heart of the people, because I was getting caught up in like when you're in this entrepreneurial world, there's a lot of adrenaline in this, right? And so the like adrenaline, like you're out there on social media trying to do all this stuff, you see somebody else, you're like, oh man. So it's really been slowing down and being okay with the pace of where I am, and then the people that I do have, really pouring into them and meeting them where they are. And when they walk away with something, right? So it's just like been more.
It's like having that impact last with somebody, you know what I mean? And that's how I feel like as much as I wanted to do, like you talk about the entrepreneurial grind, right? So the coaching business entrepreneurial grind for marginalized individuals looks a lot different than it does for non-marginalized individuals. The coaching grind for our community is almost like unhelpful. It's almost territorial. It's almost like, you know what I mean? It's not really mentorship, because you have to protect everything around you. Like, but you don't have to, you know what I mean? And that's one of the biggest things is like, when I launched the podcast and I was like, okay, I needed a break from the day-to-day grind, the chasing the leads, I had clientele for coaching, but like I needed something else. And so I launched another business, crazy, as a podcast. I had to figure out a way to monetize the podcast, captivate an audience, the time constraints of it. And then, I'm like, okay, well, I bet it's going to be Facebook. It ain't Facebook though. It's Twitch. And it ain't, it's weird for me because Twitch is heavily video games and, everything else. But I spend so much time, like I spent so much time on Twitch. I had to figure out a way that I could do both, And it was like, if I'm going to be here, I might as well, whoever wants to hear a message, whoever wants to have those conversations or like take something away and take a break from, you know, their favorite streamer and everything like that. Is great to have a platform in which you can interact with people who are, like, for me, just like me, that enjoy games, enjoy company, enjoy people, and then at the same time bring down something that might be a little bit different. But what you said about the servitude for me on here is like, if I see a small streamer, I see somebody who's trying to make it, and like they got the energy for it, and you know what I mean, and maybe they're just missing like 1 or 2 viewers. It ain't nothing for me to spend 15 minutes in a stream and try to help them out. Like it's nothing. It's the amount of effort it takes to do something like that to make somebody's day is so minimal. You know what I mean? And I think Boss Lady is, like, honestly, true to her name, the queen of that. Where I think she only streams like once or twice a week as well, but she's out in we call them the Twitch streets. Like, we out in the Twitch streets, and we and everybody streaming. We interacted with so many people, and to me, that impact is just as impactful as a one-on-one coach session. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you remember when we were in training, right? Oh, hold on.
Before you go into that thought, what you just said is even more impactful than some of the things that we're trying to get out here on social media and do. Like, I need to have my 10 posts. I need to have this. I need to have that. All those things are necessary. But you mentioned how your interaction on Twitch, your interaction within what you love is pouring into people, and it's creating a return, you know. And so that really stood out right there, what you just said, you know, when it comes to networking and how we engage with one another.
I mean, it's like, this is the way I look at it, right? Like, it depends on how you were raised, but like people can spot fake, you know what I mean? And I always try to keep people, like, I try to be as my genuine self as I can. Now, when I'm podcasting, right, it's a different persona than when I'm out in the streets. It gotta be, because the message is not for everybody, and it's tailored to that audience, you know what I mean? And everybody can't handle full scale Adrian, you know what I mean? It's not for everybody. But what we can do is have engaging conversation, you know, invite people to the conversation. Maybe I'm part, like last week we was talking about LLCs, and my cousin was in here, and he's in North Carolina, and I had just launched her LLC. So it was like, you know, put the link in there and help people, and that's what that impact looked like. And I feel like, you know, that's where the transition and the shift is in my mentality over the last couple months. Is like, I got a coaching business. I got to write 2 business plans for my coaching business. I'm working on a county contract. Say prayers, y'all. But aside from that, I got to have fun, because the entrepreneurial grind is nonstop, and we got full-time jobs on top of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hold on one second. Let me talk to the chat real quick. Thank you, bro. But yeah, I always go to follow. Yeah, hey, I appreciate you pulling through, DJ Q. I don't know if you follow everybody in here, but you know, I'm 100% believe in networking. So if y'all in the stream, y'all go ahead and follow each other. If I'm not following you, I'll follow you at the end of the stream, and we can lock in. But I'm glad you're having a good day. Yeah. So good. What do you?
I'm good at Twitch too, so I'm gonna have to get after this. I gotta go research, because I've never heard of Twitch. So shout out to you.
Get on Twitch. You need to get on Twitch. Honestly, the thing is, it's like the best kept hidden secret, because at first it was just people who play video games. Now it's everybody's on Twitch, and like the communities. You can join our community. It's called the Pull Up Gang, and it's some of the most funniest, genuine people in there that just want, like, it's a good time. But at the end of the day, everybody wants you to have a seat at the table, right? And this is the thing, is it's not everybody that does that for you.
Yep. It's communities out here that will, but it you have to find it, because just realizing that there's enough to go around for everybody, because everyone has a unique skill. There's enough to go around. So when you do find a community, yes, where you guys can collab, give back and forth, and it's not a competition, oh my gosh, it's rich.
Yeah, and like right now, what's going on in the chat right now? I don't know if you can see the chat. What's going on in the chat right now? That's what happens all day. DJ Q, I tell you, join the Discord, fam. We got sections in there. Boss Lady got it set up and everything. Go in there, and I know that your week is, it's halfway through. You still got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And that impact, that change, because once you acknowledge that something is not going the way that you want it to go, it causes that paradigm shift where your mind now can untap the other half of that week. So, I pull through. I see y'all networking and connected. Y'all keep it up. So Glenda, what do you think? What do you think you want your impact to be in 2023?
In 2023,
I like to ask the deep questions.
Don't hesitate on that. And give me a minute to think about my impact. I want to impact the way that a minimum of 100 people are showing up in their workplace. I want them to have joy. So I want to impact their emotion as far as joy. I want to impact their pockets as far as the money they're making. Sorry, I had to take that off my phone. I want to impact their long-term career and their long-term success. So one of the clients that I have right now, this individual was literally being underpaid by at least $30K. Okay. And that was on information that we found that was very accurate. And as we're working together, not if, but when this gets rectified, I mean, that just transformed this person. And that person has the plan to remain where she is and to maximize, because now she's being compensated fairly. But that kind of impact, I would love to have it be more than 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to impact at a minimum 100, right?
You can. It's 365 days in 2023.
So that's the impact that I want to have in my business. And then with my family, with my children, I want them to know that I'm there, that I will leave my work, that I will leave wherever I am to be there for them. If they're sick, if they just need me, like, I want them to know that I'm available, right? And that's huge for me to say that, because again, when I was chasing the business, when I was chasing really hard, I was putting so much time into so much social media marketing, getting this done, getting that done, and all those things were important. But the time that I really needed to have been also spending with my children, it was very unbalanced. And I don't ever want to get back to that again, ever. It's not worth it for me.
I think that was the best thing that that was the best thing that happened to me in 2022. I will say is that my work-life balance is something I found. And that's what I want to carry over into 2023, right? Right. There's some stuff I want to leave in 2023. I mean, 2022, like sickness, that joint can stay in 2022. You can stay where the hell you are. You can keep all the sickness 2022. You can keep all the bad vibes and all the bad energy. You can keep all the slowness. You know what I'm saying? I need for 2023, I kind of want rapid pace and rapid fire. And here's why, right? And when I say that, I mean, I want things to happen so fast that I'm not ready for them. So that I can feel the same grind and hustle that I feel right now. And and I know that if I have that challenge, then I'm gonna meet that expectation. You know what I mean? That's like, if I don't have that challenge, I'm gonna get lax, or I'm gonna get, and the energy and the hunger, it might die down a little bit. So I think that's one of the things that I want the most is is for everything to kind of just not just fall in place, but to do it with like assertion, you know?
Right. Right. I think one thing to always keep in mind too when we're moving through these types of spaces is to remember that, like, that meme of the carrot that's under the ground growing. Like, if it ever does get quiet or get slow, and maybe our minds start drifting into, what am I doing? Am I falling off? Hey, that carrot, it might be growing under the ground, even though we don't see it.
Facts. And that's like so the name of the podcast is Your Time In, and the whole premise is, I don't know if I've explained it to you, but basically how it came about is like I noticed that in my life I had hit the pause button on a lot of things. Coaching was one of them, right? I was supposed to be a coach in 2017, but I let somebody else convince me that my time management wasn't going to be good enough. So
Wow.
I never, you know what I mean? Like they were like, well, you're having a baby and da da da. And it shouldn't have never listened to them. Never. Right. And then I hit the pause button on that, and I hit the pause button on some career goals and like everything like that. And when I started coaching, I unpaused a lot of portions of my life. You remember, and y'all remember, I don't know if you remember my spirit guide guy, right? And like it just awoken everything back in me. And when I wanted to launch the podcast, it's like it's cool to have somewhere, a platform where you can have your voice and your opinions, but be open to other people's opinions and stuff like that too. And it was one of the things that kind of motivated me and kept me going. And so that's where I am at now. Is this piece that I have is I want to stay there. And what you say about the carrot being underneath the ground is so true. Is people it's so easy to hit the pause button, but a lot of people forget to unpause, and a lot of people forget that same passion that they had, or that same, like, your character doesn't change and your growth doesn't change, and where you can go in life, it doesn't change. That potential is always going to be there. You just have to have enough faith to understand that it's still growing.
Yeah. Recognize when that adrenaline runs out and when it gets down into, okay, this is the real deal. Like, this is, now it's not the cute phase anymore. It's the staying phase. It's in that staying phase that you find out, who you are, what you're made of. But I love what you said about the coaching, that the paraphrase, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but when you said it, I interpreted it as, coaching just kind of got you unstuck. And that's what I love about coaching. So that's what I love about coaching. That's what I love about coaching. You get unstuck. And I don't know if you experienced this with coaching, but do you experience, Adrian? Well, I know I experienced, I remember the stories that happen within the coaching, right? Like I might come with a problem, and I'm talking through the problem, and the coach is using all different sorts of scenarios and questions and things like that to guide me. But then sometimes when I get what that answer that I'm looking for, when I get it, it's I somehow remember, like, all the scenes and everything around me. Does that happen for you? But that's what I'm just using that as an example of, like, what happens for me when you're stuck. And that's one of the reasons why I love coaching, and I'm going to stay committed to it.
That's like the like what you're describing now is like what I attribute that to neuroscience, right? And so, like, it's that building the brain, the neural paths, right? And I think that's what coaching does. A lot of people don't know what coaching is, because coaching is a guided conversation with someone who is going to ask you questions that you wouldn't normally ask yourself, in the hope and the purpose of directing your brain to go to a place it normally wouldn't go, so you can achieve what it is that you want to achieve. So that means we're gonna talk about your self-limiting beliefs. We're gonna talk about your preconceived notions, your unexplored biases, biases that you're not even aware of. We're gonna talk about other things that are going on in your life and your values, and we're gonna take all that together and then we're going to ask you questions that you know the answer to, but your brain at that moment doesn't allow you to go that deep for whatever reason it may be. Maybe it protected you in the past, or maybe it's just something that your inner critic doesn't allow you to hear. But when you have that facilitated conversation with the joke, forgot how to like. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know how to delete that.
The message in the chat.
Yeah. I wish I knew how
chat bots.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, boss. Thank you, boss. Hey, you gotta have to teach me how to do that.
Boss lady's bomb.
boss lady don't play. She was like,
"Hey, boss lady."
So I need to figure that out. That's the thing about like the streaming aspect of it too. Is like there's so many nuances to it. Thankfully, boss lady, she got us tapped up. She helping out. I'm gonna read what she put in here for her goals. She said, "My goal for 2023 is to expand the growth of friendships. Twitch is bigger than just gaming. I want to expand the growth of Discord to provide people with a fun, safe space to connect and grow. It takes a village, so I want to provide a supportive village on and off camera."
Nice.
Is
boss lady in the group with you guys? With you?
Yeah. You want to join the Discord? You want to join the Discord?
I got on Discord, but I didn't know what I was doing. Like I created an account and then that was it. I don't even remember what the name is.
I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link to the Discord, and
I have it on my phone right now.
Oh, I'm gonna send it to you. I'll send it to you after.
Okay.
And then I'll help you. I'll help you get it set up, though. I think you'll have a lot of fun in there.
So Twitch and Discord are connected?
You can connect them, yes.
Oh, see, I'm learning.
Yeah. So a lot of Twitch streamers use Discord to interact with their communities outside of like the normal stream, and it allows all of your viewers and everybody to have a place where they can fellowship and get to know each other and joke around and clown around and pick on it. You know what I mean? Like just be what you would do if y'all was all in the same building and location. What I really like about the pull-up gang Discord is that everybody in there, no matter how different and diverse we are, everybody in there has the same goal. And I think that that's important, that the leader, which is Boss Lady, has her impact is so huge that the community has the same goal. You know what I mean? Like no matter what like we all got the same goal. So it's crazy, right? I'm in other Discords as well, like other communities. I like to put my toe, sticking my big toe in the water, take the temperature, and see if I can have an impact in that community, or if I'm vibing with that community. A community that I just started interacting with is called the Gamers, and it's about marginalized communities, LGBTQ, who stream and everything like that. A community that don't look like I should be in. I love that community so hard. They had an award show yesterday, and I think that they doing it, and the places they're going, and the avenues that they've opened up for women in the gaming industry is unmatched and unparalleled, and it's like long overdue. You know what I mean? And I'm all about equity, and I walk my, if I walk it like I talk it, shout out to Migos, but I put my mouth is too, and I really like that community.
The gaming community, that's a whole new space for me. I've never really been in it, so that
come on in.
I know nothing about gaming, so I would definitely be learning some things.
I don't even think honestly, the thing about Twitch is the way the platform is set up. You don't even have to be a gamer. Like I'm out here doing a podcast stream. You know what I mean? And there's it's niches, just like there's people who rock with certain video games. There's people who just rock with just podcasts. And then they have a whole bunch of different streams out here as well. But the important thing is you start going into streams that it's like the same thing you do with Facebook groups when you niche, right? You start to find the groups that kind of like are similar to you, and then you start to build community on that. You do the same thing on any platform. Twitch is one of them. You go into the community. The important thing is you interact and you be genuine, and you start to develop, relationships with people, and then hopefully they come in and show you support. We have many people that don't stream that vibe with us. It's all love. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, boss lady.
I'm gonna send you the link.
Man.
I'm gonna send you the link when we're done with this.
Yeah.
So I think, boss lady, I think your goal for 2023 is obtainable and achievable because I think you're already doing it. So my challenge to you would be to dream bigger. You know what I mean? And like to actually like quantify what it is that you want to do, because Twitch is bigger than just gaming. And I think what you have is, what would it? The question that we ask in coaching, Glenda knows this, is what would it look like if? So like, what would it look like if you developed a handout that had the steps laid out on okay, if this is what you want to achieve, this is how you can go about doing that. You know what I mean? And then like just start formalizing it and like thinking business with the Discord. You know what I mean? And think about how you could do that. And also, I think that your impact throughout Twitch is already crazy because you be in the Twitch streets like nobody's business. So I know that this is gonna happen for you. And so yeah, like you say, always bigger and always better. And just keep pushing on. So Glenda, is there any advice you have to get you back on your entrepreneurial track and for your coaching clients and everything like that? When people hit a roadblock, what is some advice as we kind of hit December here and then we get to the new year? What is some advice that you would like to give to somebody who's maybe facing a roadblock?
Oh, I'll definitely answer that. I got distracted by boss lady. She said networking is first, meeting new people. Yes, that is so, like, networking is everything. But to answer your question, when you get stuck, I'm going to tell you a personal story. I'll try to keep it short because I see our time is ticking. But when you get stuck, in short, plan to keep going. When I hit my wall in 2021, I think it was the end of 2020 or 2021. I forget which year it was, but the year I was supposed to be launching my business, I had put almost 30,000. I put a lot of money, like almost 30,000, between 10 and 30,000 into my business, and things just weren't working out. I mean, it was a lot. And, when I hit the wall, like, I just felt like my world was falling apart. I was like, wow, the business didn't go as I wanted it to go. And then I had also just taken on a job, a position within our company where we work, Adrian. I just taken on a position where the department needed a complete overhaul. Like, it was in really bad shape. And that position, that job, and the way that I went about that job, went about transforming that division, it almost took me out, which is why I'm passionate, like extremely passionate about career mentorship and executive and coaching and stuff like that, because it literally almost took me under. And I won though, because the only thing I knew was that I'm going to keep going and I'm going to come out of this, and I'm going to have my dream. I'm going to have not just my dream, but I'm going to live my purpose, right? Mm-hmm. And so when you get stuck, no matter how much crap you go through, no matter how much hell that you're facing and you're under, and no matter how long that it may be that way, don't ever give up, and don't ever lose sight of what it is that you're here to do, right? Because you will get through it. If you say I'm going to get through it and you stick it out, you will get through it. We don't know what you're going to look like on the other side, but or how you're going to come out on the other side, but you will come out on the other side. And when you come out, you get back to whatever it was that you were doing if you couldn't keep that thing moving along, you know. And so when you get stuck, that's kind of how I see it. And the other thing is too, is like we hear a lot of rah. Yeah, I stayed up all night. I'm working straight hours. I do this, I do that. You know, that the and I said this on another podcast, like the rhetoric that's out there about how you're having sleepless nights, and it's almost like you're not taking care of yourself so you can have this big entrepreneurial dream or vision, or say that, hey, I make six figures now, or I make millions now, right? My thing is, like, take care of yourself throughout that journey. You don't always have to be going wild like that, just to get to where it is that you want to be. So just keep going. Don't give up.
I love it. I forgot how much I miss talking to you.
Yeah, Adrian.
What up? We gotta talk
Good
more.
stuff.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
we gotta talk more. It's
sure.
it's one of them things, like it's so rewarding to know, to see the shift and the change and the clarity and like the direction. Like if you was an arrow, now you pointing at the target, and now you about to do some serious things. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things too that I need to work on a little bit more, is I have the clarity and the trajectory of what I want to do with this podcast, and I'm doing it. But now it's just, you know, finding that motivation and the time, because it's not fun, it's work, right? To get towards the writing the two business plans and doing this contractual thing with the coaching, and you know, I got to get back to it. So thank you for re-sparking that in me.
And we can definitely collab on the business plan, the business writing thing, because I got some tools for you. There's a live plan. That's a good tool. And then, you know, if you want to keep it cost effective, the SBA.gov website, you know, they got a amazing mentor program. That's
SBA,
free, like,
y'all don't know what that's a Small Business Administration.gov.
Yeah.
I'll be on there. I'll be searching. They got videos on there and everything.
You can get yourself a free mentor off of there to help you with it. But yeah, you can definitely partner up. We'll talk offline.
So where can people find you and look you up and interact with you?
Okay, so the best way to find me is on Instagram under Glenda_exec coach, EX or Glenda GLENDA_exec, EXECCOACH exec coach. You can find me on IG. You can DM me. Website is www.mzpps.com. I'm really excited. I'm at the tail end of our website relaunch. Just got done the photo shoots and got done the content. So working on putting that together. But you can reach me under that form. And I'm also on LinkedIn. LinkedIn under Purposed Professional Services, right? So just reach out to me if you need a customized package, if you want to look at your career, where you're trying to go, career mentoring, career coaching, executive coaching, all of it, free discovery call. And then from there we can talk. And then if you just want to connect so we can start building the community, that's where you can find me.
All right. Well, Glenda, I appreciate you coming on to the stream. I appreciate you spending some time with us. We definitely gonna have to get you on the Discord, so that way we can bring some of this interaction onto your Discord, and we can start getting you more involved in the community. Boss Lady said we appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time.
I appreciate you, Boss Lady, and you, Adrian, for real. So definitely going to be joining.
So thank you for coming on. I know we gonna talk offline and figure out some ways that we can collab together, and keep doing this great melanin coaching thing. And
and
my
it's
hope
about doing some in-person stuff too, you know, not just like social media, but in person, getting out there, bumping, you know, shoulders with other people, because you just never know who you're going to meet.
I'm thinking I got some ideas too, and I'll tell you right now, like the library and run an event at the library. And you know, as far as monetary wise, not gonna make no money, but it's all about, just for me, it's just the impact on the community, and I like to do grassroots. Like I I want it to be for everybody. So we could definitely link on that. I've been thinking about workshops for a minute, and so you know, I got some stuff ready to go. It would be nice to have
The
a
money will
got
always come.
we got
The money will always come. The trust and the connection is
nothing
the
like
key.
it ain't nothing like it either. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing like it. So, but thanks for coming on. I'm gonna give you your time back. We'll talk offline, and we're gonna be out here in
All
the
right.
streets doing great things. All right.
All right. Shout out to my daughter for taking my son to Costco.
Yeah.
So I can do that.
Hey, we was trying to have. I was trying to have her. I was trying to have her hit her with a dance. Wait, where'd she take him?
Yes. She took him to Costco. I said, listen, take him to Costco, y'all, so I can do this podcast. Yeah. So yeah, she's a good girl. So
Ain't nothing like that Costco pizza.
But no, thank you so much, Adrian. This has been amazing. Like, I really enjoyed interacting with you. This was good.
Thank you. I love the energy. I think everybody loved having the energy y'all here too. So we appreciate you coming on and vibing with us. And like I said, this is just the beginning of it.
For real. Cohort 14 was just the beginning of it. This is we moving in it now. We in it.
We gonna thrive too, you know, and we gonna do it for the culture.
Yeah.
We got it. I honestly just I've met another I have like I'll have to talk to you offline, but I have like a mentor coach. And honestly, like just doing stuff for the culture and just seeing somebody who's, she made the Forbes list, which is
really
$1 million in sales and revenue.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So I'm gonna have to talk to you offline, but she definitely lit a different fire underneath me with more trajectory. You know what I mean? So we'll talk.
All right, man. All right, this was good. All right. Bye, boss lady.
Yo, talk about a W. It's good to have people on here that I know and that I can interact with, and I could bring on here to interact with y'all, and we could vibe out. We could just have like good conversations. You know what I mean? I hope none of y'all is like afraid to interact in the chat and just like talk. You know what I mean? I'm pretty easygoing, chill guy. I'm learning how to balance. I will admit, I'm learning how to balance like interacting with chat while I'm in the middle of an interview. Is not as easy as I thought it would be, because your mind is in like, it's like playing video games and stuff. Like your mind is in two different places. Like you want to interact with the chat, but at the same time, your guest might say something that like you trying to grasp onto and catch. So I just appreciate y'all coming in here and vibing, man. There's a lot of places y'all could be. Y'all been here with me. I hope y'all got some other people tabbed up and y'all giving them some support and some views as well. You know, and thank y'all for coming through. We had a first time chatter in here. DJ Q was up in here. My boy D-Ron was up in here. Still waiting on D-Ron's wife to come on here so we can have another bodybuilder up in the house. I got Trey up in here, boss lady. If you in the chat and I didn't see you, I appreciate you coming through and rocking it with us. And spending time with me while we on this grind. I know it's a lot of other places you could be. I know somebody probably playing your favorite video games and y'all get in there talking ish. But I appreciate y'all coming through and rocking with me on this podcast. All right. If y'all know somebody that we can go ahead and we can raid out to, please let me know. Trey, are you live? Let's pull up the daggone. Pull up some tabs real quick, y'all. Bear with me 1 second. I'll see you out here in the streets. All right, Trey. Y'all get a chance, go follow my cousin. He be out there playing Apex, even though he just put out a video that say he ain't gonna be playing Apex no more. I understand that too, though, cousin. Let's see if we can find somebody. But while we doing this, is there any topics y'all want to see in the podcast? Like anything that y'all would be interested in learning about, us talking about, that we could get you in here, we could vibe up on? Hey, you know what? I think we gonna. My boy Endgames is getting on. Endgames got that energy, but I don't think I've rated him before, so I think we're gonna go with Endgames here. Let me tell y'all a little bit about Endgames, man. This joker, I'm pulling him up while we waiting. But this joker right here, if y'all not already following him, well, he a whole vibe. Like his personality is just different. He's a real strong member in the communities I'm a part of. Um, look at him. What is this? This joker a whole vibe, boy. What is he doing, right? I hope y'all really rock with this. We gonna raid the man. Appreciate y'all coming through though. I stay through for the raid if you can. If not, I understand. All right.